Welcome back to another video. Now in this video I will show you how easy it is to propagate syngoniums, and that is one of the aeroids that you can propagate very easily. Now a few videos back I have actually shown you all of my syngoniums. This time, and because it's the rainy season, I'll show you how easily you can cut your syngoniums and you can propagate it. This is one of the syngoniums that I have featured in my previous videos as well, and you can see that it's growing very well. Actually, let me get out the pot, get the pot out so that you can have a look and see how it's growing, so you get an idea uh, what are the possibilities that we have with this plant. So this is right now how it looks, and if you can see, it's branched out these multiple shoots, and if you see, there are aerial roots which are coming out of all these shoots. So what we need to do is, it's very simple. We just need to cut from the nodes where the roots are, and then we need to put them in a substrate or media, or whatever media you fancy. If you want to give it an aeroid mix, you can give it an aeroid mix, or if you want to give it just plain and simple cocoa peat substrate or any peat based substrate, it will thrive there as well. This is a plant which does not demand a lot, and especially when it comes to propagation, it is absolutely very easy to propagate. So what I was thinking is, I will take two cuttings from this one, and I have other syngoniums which I can propagate as well. So I'll show you one more which I was thinking that I will propagate. So for that, what you need to do is, you need to come along with me here, and there is a syngonium there which I was looking to propagate, and we will do this one as well. So this is another one. If you can see, it's a bit dirty from all the rain. The pot is a bit dirty. I'll just take the dirt off and I'll show you. So here I have my Syngonium pink flake. So you can see that it's got these pink flakes here that's on the leaves. That's the reason why it's called pink flake. And with this one as well, I can see that there are multiple nodes which has branched out, and it's got aerial roots. So we can just go ahead and we can put this in soil, and that's going to grow new plants for us. Now, in case if I want, I can just go ahead and graft these roots and first let it um, grow some more roots, and then I can put it in the soil. But Syngonium is a plant where you don't need to, I don't think that you need to go through the pain of grafting them first. You can just put them in the soil, um, take cuttings and put them in the soil, and that way they will grow, no problem. So these two are the plants which we will propagate today. So for that, we need a clean pair of scissors first. I have scissors, a pair of scissors. I have my sanitizer with which I will sanitize my um, scissor first, so that I avoid any diseases or any infections from where I will cut the plant. Okay, let's see how many cuttings we can get out of these two. So if you can come closer, and the first cut which we will do is we're going to cut from this point. You can see this is a good point from where I can see that there is a lot of growth. So I'm going to go ahead and try to save the roots and cut from this point. So that's a good start. Okay, we've got some roots with which we have got this cutting. So that's one. The other one, I was thinking I will cut between this one, and that's another one. Now I am thinking of keeping this whole. I don't want to make a cut here. That's going to give it a better chance of rooting and survival. And I think I'm going to take a few more cuttings. This is another one that I have taken. see if we can take some more. So from this point on, I'll use just a voiceover because at this point my microphone had some problems. Here, what we can do is we see that this plant has sectoral variegation. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put a cut uh, on the branch which has this sectoral variegated leaf, because it will have less chance of survival because it lacks the chlorophyll to sustain the stem. So I'm not going to cut it from there. Rather, if you see, I have taken out a cutting which does not have any sectoral variegation. It's got very beautiful molded leaves, and that's what we want when we are taking cuttings. So make sure that whatever cuttings you're taking, you're not taking cuttings anywhere there are sectoral variegated leaves. Okay, so because I've taken cuttings, this plant will again grow very bushy. So let's just keep that away. Okay, and what we are going to do here is all these cuttings we are going to place in different pots. So let's keep that aside. And here, if you can see, I am going to take cuttings from the pink flake. So it's going to be very simple. Along the way where the nudes are, I'm going to make cuttings, and this here is the top cutting which has the best chance of survival. So that's two, that's three, and that's four. So I've taken four cuttings, which I think is going to be sufficient. Let's keep that aside. And now basically I have got two sort of substrate. This one is the normal nursery potting mix, which you all, in case if you follow my channel, you are familiar with. This one is the jungle floor mix that I created for my calithias, for my syngoniums. It does not have big chunks like the other aeroid mixes, but it's optimal for syngoniums, plants like syngoniums which scatter across the forest floor. So I will use both the nursery potting mix and the jungle floor mix. And here you can see that I've got pots which I will use for these. So let's pot them up one by one. So there are good drainage holes in these kind of fiber pots, and here you can see that I'm just placing the jungle floor potting mix right in, because it's airy and it's got a lot of leaves, it's got a lot of um, twigs and all. That's the reason why I don't need to place anything below for drainage. It's going to hold its own. So let's pot up the pink flake first. So here we are. Okay, so this is my jungle floor mix. Let's pot this up. And there we are. Let's just put some more, and I think that's about it. Maybe a bit more for good luck. There it is. Now let's pot up the cuttings for the Syngonium Albo. I'm going to use the same mix here as well. Let's pick up some of the albos. This is the top cutting. This has the best chance for survival. Now you see that this has molted leaves, but at the same time it's got a sectoral variegation which is completely white. I am very sure that that leaf's going to be a goner. That's not going to stay, that's going to go away. But still there are good leaves which can support this top cutting, and this one has the maximum chance of survival. I'm not putting any other cutting apart from this one in this pot. I am sure that this will take off very well. Here we are. Okay, all done, all set. Let's move on to the rest, where I'm going to use the normal garden soil, the nursery potting mix, which is on the peat based substrate. Right, we have got a few cuttings for the pink flake. So let's see. Okay, so I've got some dried leaves because I'm using the nursery potting mix. I know it's going to escape from the drainage holes. So I'm going to place some dried leaves right at the bottom and then place the substrate on top of those dried leaves so that they don't have any space to escape, and they're packed in there like so. And then let's place the cuttings. So here I'm using a cutting for the Syngonium Albo. I've got two cuttings. Okay, and this one you can see that it's also growing a new leaf, so I'm very hopeful. There we are. That's three done. I've got two more pots, so I will use the rest of the cuttings that I have. And while I was picking up the leaves, I just want you to look at this. See, this is one of my philodendron sunred. I think that's a sunred, or it might be a Macaulay's finale. I'm not sure. But look at the color of the leaves when it, you know, comes out the first time. Let's put in some substrate. Let's take the Syngonium pink flake cuttings that I had. I'm going to put it there. I don't press too hard, and that's it. Maybe a little more soil in this one. And I've got one pot left. Let's find some dried leaves. There we are. So here we have got our cutting. This one is also a very good cutting. That's also a top cutting that I'm going to place just, I'm just going to give it a pot of its own. And there we are. And I guess that's all done. A little bit more soil just for good luck. And that's all done. So guys, if you've liked the video, please like, subscribe and press the bell notification so that you don't miss any videos from me. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them in the comments. So that's it for this video guys. Until the next video guys, you take care. Bye bye.